Pure Country Reacts. We're in November. We actually have just gotten over Thanksgiving. We hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. And in our usual fashion, we want to go ahead and start kicking off some of the holiday horror, if you will. And we know it'll take forever to get it out there. So hopefully by the time Christmas comes, you'll be able to see this movie. And this one is called Black Christmas. Black Christmas is... it's a movie, boy. It's a good movie, and you know, a lot of things are left sort of kind of open at the end, but it's still a really good movie. It's a great classic, and if you've never had the chance to see Black Christmas, definitely do, because it's just chock full of murder and disappearing people and, you know, crazed lunatics.
More realistic than usual.
Yeah, you know, weird boyfriends. It's got it all. It's got it all, and it's even got what was that woman called? She was like a house mom or something. Because all these girls here are in college, so there's a house mom and all this fun stuff. But I like Christmas movies, but I do like the Christmas horror too, because that way you can love Christmas and you can still incorporate your horror. But before we get started, we'd like to say thank you to our subscribers. If you're just visiting, think about subscribing. It costs you nothing. Hit that bell, and that way you'll know that we have released something new. Take a look around. We do have hopefully a little bit out there for each and every one of you if you do like horror thriller stuff. Because that's definitely what our channel leans more towards. But without further ado, let's get on into Black Christmas. Enjoy, guys. Mom.
I like the wreath.
Yeah.
You match my sweater, Hera.
Okay, we're gonna go up to the front door. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a sorority. I see their little symbol on the side.
I love the camera movement like it's his eyes.
Exactly. I mean,
Makes it
I
creepier.
think back in the day, a lot of people had great ideas about camera angles and the way they wanted to do that.
Well, they have more creativity than they do now. They just repeat a lot of movies that have already been done.
They really, really do.
Yeah, please turn that off.
I'll have to. I don't want my phone going off, y'all.
Because it always does.
Especially
Even the shadow.
Right. Ooh, the shadow.
Hey, who left the goddamn front door open?
Everybody knows Margot Kidder from Superman.
What you staring at me for? This guy's staring at me.
She loves her Lexi. She loves her Lexi.
Oh, he's just gonna climb up the side.
That's the best way to get in without possibly anybody knowing, unless somebody's on the outside saying, "Hey, man, that's a dude climbing up the side of your house."
Oh, hell no. I wouldn't want to get that high up.
Oh, by the way, how come I was the only one there working tonight? We were there this afternoon, Bar. A likely story.
How's it look?
Youlish, very Youlish. Have you got your Santa Claus suit ready?
Yeah. What time do little bastards arrive?
At 1 o'clock.
They're kids.
Yeah, but you know, in college, unless you want to
Hello?
get married and have some babies, then they're little bastards.
Who? Bob, it's for you.
I don't know why she was hollering in the phone. I was like, girl, you blow my eardrums out.
I'll take it in the other
Well,
room.
it was probably a bad connection. Oh, they're going to get up into looks like the attic. Yeah. House moms.
You guys shut up in there! I can't hear a damn thing! Hello? Mom, hang on, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
So that's like a big sorority party, it looked like.
Exactly. So this is obviously a sorority, and sororities. I can never really figure out where this was supposed to be. I don't know if it was supposed to be like overseas or something like that. You know, maybe in Europe or something. Since everybody was pretty American in there. But
No, we're just having a little party.
they were doing a lot of get-togethers, or and like
No,
charity
a
stuff
couple.
for like the local kids and things like that. And as we go along, we're going to see the boyfriends of some of the said sorority girls. 3 of them, I at least think. Barb obviously is the lush of the sorority, and she's also a big old fat pain in the butt because she is a lush, okay? And we all have mean girls. Everybody knows mean girls, and Barb is sort of kind of a mean girl. We know all the mean girls.
Hey, call before
Are you gonna do another?
I'm gonna have to get my parents used to
I'll just get a couple of my friends and we'll go skiing.
Yeah, sure, I'm fine.
But definitely. So I was never. When I went to college, I went basically to a. I went to a local college. I mean, we've got universities here
Community
too.
college.
Thank you, community college.
My mother's taking a place.
Went to the community college. And I just took like some continuing education classes, so I could have done several different things just with that little bit. This is I think the new girl, and Barb's sort of kind of mean to her a little bit. I would never be friends with the main girl, ever.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Why are you yelling?
Hey, quiet! It's him again! The Mona!
The Mona! That's what they used to call the prank calls back in the day. Moners. Prank calls or whatever.
The moaner's now in your attic.
I'm gonna say that's the new girl. As you can tell, some of the girls are sort of disturbed.
Expanded his act.
Some are not, like Barb.
No, Claire, that's the Mormon Tabernacle Choir doing their annual obscene phone call.
It's one person that has mental illness.
Definitely. Back in the day, if somebody called up, because a long time ago we didn't have *69. We didn't have ways of tracing phone calls and all that stuff. So when somebody calls and you don't know who they are, typically, what do? You hang up. Yeah, Barb don't even care. Barb don't care at all. At all. So,
Listen, you pervert, why don't you go over to Lambakai? They could use a little of this.
she's blowing it off.
Oh, why don't you go find a wall socket and stick your tongue in it? That'll give you a charge.
Pretty pussy.
You fucking creep.
I'm going to kill you.
How that tone changed to him talking normally. I'm gonna kill you.
Exactly. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
Especially if it's a common.
And that's really probably what should have happened, and it really didn't. And their local police were just stupid,
They were too lax about everything.
Really lax.
Come on, I know a professional version when I see one.
Now see how she talks about that new bitch. I'm not a professional virgin when I see one. You just jealous because you done gave your shiz out to everybody, Barb. Just go ahead and tell it.
She wanted to actually have a boyfriend.
Exactly. And she did have a boyfriend, though.
That's one thing I don't like about these sororities. A lot of them are a bunch of
Loose chickies.
Yeah. Even the house mom said they would screw the Eiffel Tower if they could get up there.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, that one.
We ain't got to that yet.
It's just terrible.
And look, the house kitty.
Claude.
And also, they really were, they're still around, and they have such character to them. I really love the old houses. I really do love the old houses.
Alright. And they look cool.
They really do. Rooms were big, ceilings were high. Multiple places. Rooms would have fireplaces.
Kitty?
And she looking for Claude now.
Girl, if that was Claude, I think he'd have meowed by now.
And if it was Claude, I don't think that he would have been. Look at her eye level, y'all. If you were looking for the cat, would you be looking eye level? I'd be like looking around down at the floor. Claude, where you at?
What's that?
Wait, seriously, no.
Yeah, Claude's not going to be up
Claude
that
was on the
high.
bed.
Well, I think Claude had ran off and she had closed her door. So, laws, and I tell you. Okay, side note. House mom, chillish too.
Well, I think it's because she has all these girls take care.
She probably does. I mean, seriously.
I mean, she knows they're all a bunch of tramps.
Yeah, she knows. And she'll tell you they're all a bunch of tramps.
Yeah, you know, she was getting tired of all that shit.
No doubt. I mean, really, you'll hear her in a little bit say, you know, if
Even while she's drinking, she'll talk about them.
Yes, she does. And see, that's what's funny too, is because all over this house, she absolutely has liquor bottles hidden everywhere. Okay. Big, huge sign that you trying to hide you got a problem.
I'm sorry, I don't know what kind of job you have to own that kind of a house.
Maybe it was in the family. Maybe her husband had been, you know, somebody that made a lot of... Look, y'all. She gonna be pulling out this book and she gonna freaking have
Hiding it in books.
Yeah, look, y'all. Look.
She would cut through pages.
It's a hiding place. I mean, boy, that's bad. Woman, just hide it in your room. They ain't gonna be in your bedroom. I don't understand why you feel like you gonna have to have a little sipaloo downstairs. And she dancing with it too,
She
y'all.
wants to have a little bit of it in every room, I guess.
I guess. As you can tell, guys, we are also trying a little something new. We are doing everything we can to try and get rid of copyright issues. Oh, now we're gonna finally get to hear. Is her name Claire? Was the main character Claire?
Jess.
Jess. Yeah.
Wait a second, please.
Jess is the main character.
Tim.
I can't think of her first name. Her last name is Hussey. Something Hussey. I can't remember. She was in Romeo and Juliet.
Too bad you couldn't make it.
She was so pretty.
She really was. She still is. Very, very beautiful woman, and even in old age. Look at that, like, house gown they gave the house mom. I mean, seriously.
You sound funny. What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter.
So you can tell there's just something going on
Why don't you tell me now?
with this conversation.
I want to talk
Yeah.
to you face to face.
Jess, I haven't been to bed in 3 nights.
So her boyfriend wants to be this concert
Peter, we'll
pianist.
talk about it
So
tomorrow, okay?
Okay, I'll be in room 30 all day.
All right. I'll see you around 2.
I didn't mean to sound short with you. I guess I'm just exhausted, okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
I love you.
I know. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
She couldn't say it back, so you know what that means.
yeah, exactly. Y'all check this out too. Okay, check this woman out.
She's crazy.
She's hilarious. I hope I'm like that in my damn old age. Maybe a little bit more attractive.
My granny isn't that way.
I know. And excuse us, we are a hot mess today.
Look. Hid it in the toilet.
It is in the tank in the toilet, y'all. Seriously. I don't understand why somebody feels like they gotta hide. She's a grown woman. Why's she having to hide her alcohol? Unless she's hiding it from the teenagers. You know they could get their own alcohol. She rinsing her mouth with it.
Why would you spit it out?
She was rinsing her toothpaste out with it.
Where this to have my liver.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. I don't even know, y'all.
Yeah?
Claire was the first victim of said person in attic. Yeah, he's in the attic. If you didn't figure it out, he crawled through the window. Oh my laws, and there she is. She is in the friggin' attic, y'all. So Claire's dad was going to be meeting her
To come pick her up.
to come pick her up, yeah, and take her home for the holidays. So
Thank you. It's okay. Sorry, I should have been keeping a better watch on. I think so. Yeah, well, I said I was
He did apologize,
Yeah, he did
sir.
apologize.
Excuse me. I hate to bother you. I can see that you're busy.
Maybe it's 'cause he
but
was
I wondered if
worried.
you could help me.
Yeah.
You see, I was supposed to meet my daughter here at 1 o'clock. It's half past now, and she's still not here. Her name's Claire Harrison. Do you know her?
Claire Harrison?
And see, this must have been
Yeah,
like a
I think
little
so. I know
college
she lives in
community,
Florida,
I'm a
so
thinking.
It's called, Pi Kappa Sig.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, Kappa's our sister sorority, yeah.
He was very
Some of
nice.
the girls
He
are over
really
here
was.
today,
I mean,
but
and he
haven't seen
apologized
Claire.
right out, so I just thought it
The
was
place isn't
not
far.
very
I'll tell you how
nice
to get
that
there.
Ho, ho,
Oh,
ho,
God.
shit.
this is hilarious. I mean, seriously, this whole...
Well,
Yeah,
we
it's
decided that we would go
hilarious.
skiing for a few days.
Yeah, and I've been looking forward to this for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. I mean, yeah, I would probably, if I was the dude, I would be upset that my girlfriend has now changed plans to go off with her friends instead
Oh my
of
god, this picture's
with
the
me.
best.
This really is a funny picture, y'all.
They're
Seriously.
having a party there today for underprivileged children.
I don't think Dad's too happy about that. But look at the house mom.
Yes, I know.
I love her. I mean, seriously, she is.
She was hilarious.
She's freaking like
I'm very
made this
disappointed in
movie.
that.
Seriously, she. Oh God! And look at the
I intend to do something
poster.
about it.
And you wonder whose post that was. And
Okay,
probably-
I'm wanting. It's got to be the daughter's room.
That's a friend
But that
of
could have just been
Claire's.
stuff.
Very
Maybe
nice
she shared a
young
room
man
with.
from
I don't know.
I know where it is. But I'll be glad to give you a ride.
But she's trying to cover up this poster, y'all.
This is
I get it. I
very
get it as a parent, but you know, you almost have to say, listen,
my bag.
let them go ahead and sow their wild oats before they get married, maybe. Fortunately, my daughter did. Okay, that's the proper
yeah,
thing
I
to
don't
do.
think you need to tell your kids to say their wild
No,
oats.
I'm not. I definitely wouldn't tell you to sow your wild oats. It's
Nobody
just,
should be telling their kids to do that
no,
because
but
they're not.
I know, but teenagers typically do everything against what their parents say.
Claude?
Now she is Claude, the kitty, the house kitty.
I wonder if that man followed Claude everywhere because they heard Claire did before she got kidnapped.
Yeah, she did. Who knows? Maybe he was making the Claude sounds.
He could
too,
have.
You know, I don't really know.
You, Claude?
Whoa.
I think it might have been
Claude, look
the addict dude. Means he could make animal noises.
Oh gosh, it's really, really hilarious.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come on, Claude, I gotta go. Here, kitty.
Y'all, this is hilarious.
God damn it, Claude, you little prick.
He actually come all the way upstairs again.
This is very kind of you, Mr. Harrison.
Mr. Harrison just struck me as the type of person I think he was sort of kind of. I mean, I think he was a good person, and he wanted to raise, you know, a good child, and he wanted his daughter to be successful. But he did sort of kind of strike me as the type of person who did not have a sense of humor at all. He seemed really, really stuffy.
Old fashioned.
Yeah, I mean, which is okay in some cases, you know, but he just wasn't having and they don't realize the whole time that while they're looking for the daughter, she's in the house.
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant? Jess, that's fantastic.
I don't want it.
You don't want it?
Then why don't you have sex?
No. I want to have an abortion.
You can't make a decision like that. You haven't even asked me.
I think this is pretty rotten of Claire. This is Claire.
Jess.
Jess, excuse me. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm just bad with names. I think it's pretty disgusting that, number one, she's going to hit him up at Christmas with this news. And also, she's hitting him up right before his big recital with this. I'm pregnant. I
With your
want an
baby,
abortion.
and I want to kill your baby.
Exactly. That I think that showed extreme. What is it, Lexi? When you don't.
Don't you ever
Maybe I don't know if throughout the movie she could be considered a narcissist, but I really think this right here was very narcissistic
And
of a
selfish.
person and very selfish.
Because Because she didn't even think about what he would feel.
No.
And you could tell he wanted an actual relationship with her, but she didn't. So why lay down with a guy if you don't want a relationship?
Hello? Hello?
Put a movie in.
Oh, hell, not again. Billy?
So as you can tell,
I'm sorry, you have
the
the wrong number.
Mona keeps calling. So I'm saying hang up, don't listen to it. Of course, this isn't going to keep him from killing anybody, obviously.
And like I said, they should have been turning this into the police because apparently it's been going on for a while.
Exactly. And I think they do realize sort of kind of a little bit later on that, yeah, hey, something's going on because these police officers are really, really nutty. You can understand why people's dropping like flies because these police officers knows nothing.
You. Shut up.
Also happens with some of these, like,
You know, for a public
police
servant,
stations
I think
around
that
colleges and
really
stuff.
sucks.
Well, you'd think. I don't really know. I mean,
Well, you
I,
never know if it's college kids trying to play a prank or something.
and I don't know about college towns either, so, you know.
If you're convinced your daughter is missing, you can fill out one of these forms.
Oh, look, there she is. She's going to be drinking a beer in the
And
police
she's
I don't know if
station.
it's any consolation, but 90% of the time, girls are reported missing from the college. They're at a cabin somewhere with a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's not much consolation.
Yeah, it's not consolation, and his daughter don't act that way.
Mrs. Mac, let me help.
Thank you, dear. You know, we got
I love her house coat. Looks comfy.
It's almost as if she, maybe it was, what do they call them when you just got out of the shower? Yeah, bathrobes.
I thought you went over to the fraternity.
Those bottles don't drink their salt, for God's sake. Eureka.
Excuse me.
Now this little exchange,
Is the funniest.
yeah, I expect nothing less from Barb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. It's, fellatio 20880.
If you're an adult, I think you know what that means.
Fellatio. It's a new exchange. FE.
E.
It's a new one on me. How do you spell it?
Capital F E little L LATIO.
And I'm going to admit, y'all, I didn't know how to spell fellatio. Oh, you see my child.
I've heard it is in too much of high school. I know how to spell it.
Yeah, well, you would. Because she had friends at the time that had corrupt minds. Their minds were corrupted.
That's all I heard a lot.
So, obviously, this is also a little bit of a small town, too. So, the guy that Claire was dating knows the police sergeant or captain or sheriff or whatever he is.
I thought maybe she was with you, or at least you might have heard from her.
No, not since last night.
Well, her father came to pick her up at 1 o'clock today, and she didn't show. So he went down to
That's
the
not
police
Claire.
station with Phil and Bob.
No,
Because they said she was the big girl of the sorority.
exactly. Especially when you have a responsible person who's always keeping contact.
Disappear. I mean, you know, it's not right.
Exactly. And as you can tell, his recital is not going well.
I mean, he's stressed.
As he should be. I mean, my gosh.
It's because Barb was funny. I liked Barb.
Barb was really hilarious, even though she was a mean girl.
I just thought she was funny.
She really was.
But at least she was upfront and honest about things. I like just doing things kind of in a conniving way.
Yeah.
I don't like people who are upfront.
She's out.
Really. So,
And she was upfront about being a bitch.
oh yeah. And who? And there's another. Somebody's missing in the town.
Yeah, you know that always happens.
When she didn't come home,
And we couldn't figure out if this was the same person who's like hanging out in the attic or not, but you'd think it was.
She's only 13 years old, Lieutenant, and my husband's a trucker. He's out on the road, and so I came over here.
Yeah, well, is it really so unusual for her to be just a few hours
Because
late?
she's all the
yes.
time.
She should have been home at noon. We were going to buy a present for her father.
They already had plans that evening.
Stupid son of a bitch, you got a big goddamn mouth.
And she's 13 too.
What are you talking about?
But she wouldn't run off with anybody. She was 13.
Well, no, she's 13.
What's up? I want to know why nothing's being done about Claire Harrison being missing and why this idiot gets away with saying the things he does.
Look, he's clueless.
I don't know what he said.
He says when these girls disappear, a lot of times they're just shacked up with a boyfriend somewhere.
Well, usually that is the case. The thing is, you have to almost have exceptions for everything.
Exactly. They can't all be
across the board.
Exactly, because Claire was a good girl
who followed the rules, who did what she was supposed to. She always kept in contact with her father, so
exactly.
Right here.
She was very sweet.
That's a lot of salad you about to throw out.
I'd eat all of it. I love
This is a
salad.
very little known fact, but did you know that there's a certain species of turtle
She's drunk.
Oh yeah.
a certain species of turtle that can screw for 3 days without stopping?
What's the fascination with seeing animals have sex? It's so stupid.
And I think too, Barb was sort of kind of angry because her mom, obviously, because she called her mama some kind of a gold whore or something. Her mom obviously doesn't spend any time with her.
And seemed more like a gold digger, I guess.
Barb, stop it. Don't shit me.
And her mama didn't want to come to pick her up.
Just come right out and say it. You think that I drove her away? And if she's
Look,
dead,
there's
you
Claire's
don't blame
dad, and
me?
you're saying that.
Barb, for God's sake. That's what we're all thinking.
No,
Why doesn't someone just come
nobody's
right out
thinking
and
that.
say it?
Barb, dear, you've had too much to drink. Mr. Harrison.
I don't give a shit about Mr. Harrison. I'm sick and tired
I did
of
like the
everyone
house
just
mom.
insinuating stuff and not coming out with what they mean.
Barb, why don't you go upstairs and lie down for a while?
Shut up. And you leave me alone. God damn you. You think it's my fault, don't you? You've been implying it all afternoon.
Barb, you're drunk. Go to bed.
She really was, and I have to commend her friend for saying, listen.
I mean, she did it in the most mature way, too.
She really did. You're drunk.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. I mean, because that
And she was serious.
And that's some tacky behavior.
And her friend said it with a serious tone, too. I mean, you think about it, her friend talked, like, this entire time, Phil always talked with, like, a light voice, and she actually had a solid voice this time.
She really did. So, well, obviously,
the recital didn't go well.
The recital didn't go well. You know, you gotta hate it for him.
Dude, that piano, you know those cost like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, he was pretty frustrated.
I'm sure it feels like everything's just falling apart around him right at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
His girlfriend, you know, doesn't want a relationship with him, wants to kill his baby, his recital didn't go well, he hadn't slept in days.
You know, we're very much the type of people that we believe everything happens for a reason, and even if you don't know what that reason is, you may find out later on, and then sometimes you don't find out, but then you find out that you're being steered in a different direction, and it's a good thing. And maybe I think that he thought that her being pregnant was going to be a good thing, and you know.
I'm still trying to figure out what direction I'm supposed to be pushed in.
Yeah, we got stuff all up in the air with her, so
We'll be all right, Mrs. Mack.
Mrs. Mack's gonna go spend the holiday with her sister. Now, what they're doing is they're gonna go look for this missing 13-year-old girl.
And Claire, they're doing a search party.
Well, yeah, but this was mainly for, I believe, the 13-year-old girl because she was supposed to be home at noon. It is now dark, and the daughter's not home, and it is freaking cold outside. I mean, look.
And it's nighttime.
When I tell you, I want you all to assemble on the south.
He was so nice, he was trying to keep them two warm. I thought he was a nice boyfriend.
Yeah.
You don't have many of those nowadays. At least not in America.
No. So, I mean, and obviously this was sort of kind of a small town deal too. I mean, if they're all out and they're going to be searching this town, maybe woods, trails, whatever, that would tell you it's sort of kind of a smaller place too. You know, people do that in America a lot of
But
times.
it must have been like a college area and the neighborhood. It could have been a small town.
Yeah.
Especially since the police officers were, you know, well known amongst other people.
Well, it sounds like Mrs. Mack's taxi's here.
That is not Claude.
I'm thinking that's not Claude either.
No, that's that guy.
Has to be.
Because it was too long for Claude. Because Claude was like a.
And why would it sound throughout the house like that?
Yeah, and I hate that that's him. He's trying to lure you up there.
I'm in agreement with her. I really think that was.
Because now I was able to hear it now with these earbuds, and it did not sound like Claude. It sounded like him. Because I remember what his voice sounded like on the phone.
What are you?
Woman, I think you need to go to your taxi.
Sure should.
Claude's gonna be at the house, and the other girls are gonna be back.
They'll find him eventually. Most definitely, they'll find him. I seriously love this house, though. And I thought that was an interesting entrance to an attic. I've never saw one like that.
Could be houses in Europe that are made that way.
I never see none of them had a British accent.
A couple of them
so yeah, it could be like New England type stuff too. Because up north they may have a lot of the older stuff.
Yeah, why are you still up there knowing your cat can't get up there?
I know, so that's what I'm thinking. Because there's just no way that
and
cat
why
would
would one of the girls carry the cat up there and leave it up there?
I have no answers for some of these movies. None at all.
God damn it, Claude, I'm gonna have you fixed.
I'm surprised Claude is still in the house if you ain't had him fixed, because the bad thing about Claude, he's a male. Males like to spray.
There's Claude.
Whoa!
Why didn't you drop down the stairs immediately?
Seriously, like a firefighter.
Like a firefighter style, and run down the stairs and call 911. Yeah, I'm gonna stand here.
I'm not exactly gonna be one of those that's gonna believe that hook was really gonna catch her in just such a way that it would kill her.
Well, she didn't stop screaming, so I mean, she's still alive.
Well, he'd have had to done more than that.
Yeah, you know we would. Yeah, now I gotta have to find somebody else.
Yeah, taxi driver. He's sort of kind of done with it. He's totally done with it. You know, I got shiz to do, he said. Or I'm saying it for him.
Now, I don't know why he had a tantrum.
Who knows?
He had some mental issues.
He really did. He was, and you know, that's the thing is, when you go to the end of this movie, you're going to be like, the heck? You know? I mean, because I hate those movies that answer things and then they leave other things not answered. I'm going to see what we're talking about in a minute.
I'm freezing.
We'll let you know if anything happens.
I love their wreaths.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool.
But you have to have plugs outside, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you put batteries in it or something. Because I wouldn't mind having one of those that lit up.
Exactly. Lousy. Somebody must have found something. Everybody's screaming, people running.
You gotta hate it for that mom.
Oh, yeah. And what's crazy is if you don't get no answers to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it might have been the attic diving because it was right there.
Yeah, but dang, he stayed in the attic all the freaking time.
He moved around too. Yeah, you gotta hate that for that mom.
What do you want? Why are you doing this?
He's got a mental illness, girl. What's it matter? You need to be calling 911.
Who are you?
Why are you talking to him?
I know, right?
So she hadn't gone to her sister's at all.
Right.
Why are you creeping down the steps?
Yes, hello?
And you know them old houses, you'd be able to hear the creaking of steps.
You really, really would.
It wouldn't be that silent.
But only for a moment.
No.
Peter, Jesus, you scared the hell out of me. Why didn't you say something?
Yeah, she was the only, like, British one there.
Because you were on the phone, he didn't want to disturb you.
You scared the hell out of me, too. What was all that yelling about?
And Peter's about, he's done lost his mind, really. He's broken. He's a broken man.
I mean, you have to feel bad for him. I mean, really. He had several bad things happen in one day.
Oh, yeah, and I think she led that one right off. I think his recital would have went a lot better.
I want to report something. No, I don't want to hold.
After all this time, they're finally reporting these calls.
How do you think it went?
Pretty self-explanatory.
Peter, what kind of a game are you playing?
He's not playing a game.
I thought you wanted to talk, so why don't you quit attacking me and we'll try to have a rational adult conversation.
Where was he attacking her?
Okay, now calm down, lady. Let's have the story.
He wasn't attacking you.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, you think about it. A boyfriend or girlfriend's supposed to know when their partner's down. And you can tell he wasn't alright.
No, he wouldn't. I mean, heck, the news he just got.
Well, did you call
and
the phone
then
company?
the failed recital.
Oh, yeah? Well, miss, we're very busy here. There's been a child murdered in the park. I don't know when we can get a man on it. Probably just one of your boyfriends playing a little joke.
Everything was boyfriends.
Yeah, well, I'll report it and try to get a man on it just as soon as possible. I'm sorry, miss.
He didn't have a lot of confidence in college kids.
No, everything was pranks and jokes, and
maybe he's got enough of that.
I guess. But I think he expects these things from little kids.
A search party that was looking for Claire found a little girl murdered. Claire's still missing.
Well, Claire's all right.
But the thing is she never left the house.
No,
so,
see, I think nobody knows that.
No, the thing is they never saw her leave. So
something to tell you.
Maybe they thought she left and nobody saw her when she left. I don't know.
They were all in the living room.
Yeah, but they were all going to bed, too.
Will you hear me out, please? Now, I've lived in one room for 8 years, and I'm tired of it.
Years.
I'm tired of having to line up behind 6 people every time I want to take a bath. I've had it.
I would, too. Can you imagine?
I'm quitting the conservatory, and we're getting married.
I mean, that's the best possible thing when you having his kid.
Well, say something.
You know, you used to back in the day when you got pregnant, you just really went and got married, even if you didn't want to, and that never did really work out. But come on.
You told me about you wanting to be a concert pianist. How it was your greatest dream.
Yeah, and I think he crushed his dreams.
Sure did. He's ready to give up on his. Sure did.
So you made his plans change, and you dropped. Oh, I'm pregnant with your baby.
Yeah, so, and I don't want it.
So he had to change his plans.
Right, because he obviously loves her,
and he wants this child of his. So he immediately made plans to fit having a child.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But she's the selfish one, not wanting to think of anything else but herself.
I didn't want to bother you with it, sir.
You know you got years to figure out your dreams.
You really can. And
Belmont Street. That's
okay. Here's where they get 2 and 2 here.
A high school girl's been murdered. Mr. Harrison's daughter is missing. And now at the house where she lives, the other girls are getting obscene phone calls.
I wonder if it was the guy from the attic. I mean, he does move around.
Well, I mean, the only time we ever seen him outside of the house was before he was creeping in.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Gotta love him.
He was having a time. His life was funny.
I love to work with people like that. Can't be serious all the time.
You gotta have fun at work, otherwise you'd be bored and you'd be like half a zombie doing this kind of job.
Exactly.
Sergeant Nash, could I speak to you for a minute?
Yeah. And Nash was a cop, y'all.
Sergeant.
What's this?
Well, that's the number at the sorority house.
Formation?
Why would you ask the
No
drunk?
exchange. FE.
Why would you ask the drunk?
Yeah, Felicia.
Felicia.
One of the girls that was in this afternoon gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
She gave it to you.
Yeah.
Look at the look on his face.
Nash, I don't think you
Oh,
could pick
Nash,
the
he was
nose
so
without
old and
it.
he was so innocent. To that word. He didn't know. Like, you could tell he really did not know.
He didn't. Look at him. He's calculating it.
And he sees his two comrades' reactions. He's like, oh.
I know. Something dirty, ain't it?
Something dirty, ain't it? Poor guy. Poor guy.
You hated it for Nash.
Mm-hmm.
You selfish bitch. You're talking about killing other babies though you were having a wart removed.
Mm-hmm.
Now can you see why I didn't want to tell you?
Well, the thing is, that's his business because y'all made the kid together. It really takes two to tango, so why are you saying, look what you did to yourself? You're part of the problem, lady.
Correct.
He didn't know that you didn't want to laugh with him. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have laid down with you.
Tell me what I can and cannot do.
Well, girl, there's another human being inside you that you don't have authority over it.
Try getting an
I said
abortion.
get out.
Yeah, I didn't like Jess's character.
Before, and I'm sorry.
Graham, Bill Graham.
She looks so sweet, and then you see how she really is.
We'd like to put a tap on
Yep.
the phone, but we'll need your written permission to do that if it's okay with you.
So looks like they're gonna tap the phone, which is a good thing. And I think people still do this a good little bit, especially like investigating and stuff.
Oh yeah, they do. They put like chips in some of the handheld phones. And I guess people still have house phones.
Yeah, that's the thing is I don't really think a lot of people have house phones anymore. Most people just do cell phones. The only ones who typically do house phones are a lot of the older generations and stuff. Landlines.
And maybe people who can't afford a
Hello, this is
handheld.
Lyman Graham. It's 6 Belmont. I'm working line 559-6114. Right.
Use my hand as
Then I
better.
got a call from a woman that I thought was the wrong number. But then she started screaming at me.
It
Who was
does
the last one here to see Miss Harrison?
I think I was.
When? Approximately.
Last night about 10:30.
Is the way she left her room as far as you know?
Yes.
What's this?
We were having a party last night.
She drink a lot?
No, hardly at all.
The house mother.
Mm.
He's plugging in the
Is there anyone else in the house right now?
Yes,
bullshit.
another girl, Barbara College. She's upstairs asleep. She's not feeling too well.
She's drunk.
Is she the one
Yeah.
that was at the station today?
Yeah.
Now how'd he put that together?
Let her sleep.
Probably because they hadn't seen any other women around
Deliveries
from that
yesterday, or was
sorority.
anyone working in the
I
house,
guess.
anything like that?
No, I don't think so. Mrs. Mack would know.
Is her sister's number on this list? Graham, how's it going? You about finished?
Yeah, what I've done is I've tapped this phone so that when it rings, it'll ring at the station house, too. At the same time, I'll be
Interesting.
at the phone company checking on the location of the source of the call.
And I don't know
Are there
how
any other
taps
phones
work,
in
so
the house?
maybe that is a
Yes,
thing.
the
Who
house
knows?
phone
Yeah, but it's another number and there haven't been any calls in it.
You're going to have to keep this guy on the line as long as possible. We've
I
got a
have
mechanical
heard that.
system here, and it takes a while.
When there's a
I
tap
know
on the
it's not
phone,
very
they
pleasant.
have to trace it
You're
that
gonna say
way.
something?
Yeah, because they have to like hand trace it.
I don't know if they have to still do it that way. I mean, they may. I'm
They
not
had
sure
to, is
because
what I mean.
at that time, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Things now you have literal data on everybody who's contacted you on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it. This cat is so spoiled rotten.
Yeah, that will be your fault. I just remember her being in there.
Call me if there's any news.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't feel safe with all this going on. I'd have to sleep on the couch downstairs.
I probably would have wanted to have stayed on the couch myself.
I'll just carry a blanket with me and get my PJs and just lay on the couch in downstairs.
Well, she said she had a cold and this is just getting to her.
Now be sure you tell those people again, they gotta keep this guy on the line. Right.
Because he hasn't worn his hat for the last 2 days. Yes, we certainly will live into that. Thank you very much.
Graham's nearly ready at the switching station. Now, when the phone rings at the house there, this one will ring too. The transmitters have been removed, so we won't pick anything up at all from this end.
Great, thanks.
Lieutenant, the men are here from Scarborough.
Okay.
He's up in the act of just pushing Claire along.
I'm telling you, he was a creepy, creepy man. I'm just gonna rock Claire.
Even gave her a doll.
Yeah.
He must have had some deep-seated childhood issues.
I guess. But you know, that's the thing is he says stuff and it makes you think that he hurt a sister in his childhood. So, you know, at least they could do is tell us that he was like an escapee from a mental institution or something. So the thing is, you never did find out where this guy came from, you know? I'm not even sure why she didn't just go to bed. I guess she was just really wide awake.
Maybe she wanted to wait for another phone call, because since the police were already on it.
I guess.
The stress is probably getting to her about the phone calls and the girl all being in the same night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta think, you would almost piece it together like it's the same person. Or it's gotta be connected. He's in Barb's room. I liked her little statues up there.
Her little glass figurines.
Oh, what's the matter?
I think it's an asthma attack. Get her inhaler.
Yeah, Barb has asthma. Even though she smokes like a freight train.
That probably doesn't help.
And drinks like a sieve.
You know, smoking don't help no kind of long
Mm-mm.
I dreamed a stranger was coming in my room.
Oh, you weren't wrong though. You were awake to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what gave me asthma, huh? Take it easy. It's all right now. Just
Yeah, bad nightmares tend to trigger asthma a lot of times.
Well, I think it was, especially if you woke straight up with a gasp. I think that would just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's usually asthma, I want to say, is the irritation and the trachea and stuff like that. Our church youth group used to go out, God, I'm trying to think. It wasn't like right at Christmas, but it was, maybe a week or so before, and we would go and we would carol at older people's houses, and they really, really enjoyed it. It was fun.
We used to do that at school. It's like the choir group, or like a certain grades would participate in it, no matter how bad you sang, and we'd carol around
classrooms,
like for the first 2 weeks before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, we don't do that anymore because it's very offensive.
Well, it is to some people. That's why it's good that maybe you go to do it to senior citizens or shut-ins and stuff like that. They would not be offended by it.
But that made it so fun around school time, and then for some reason everybody's like, oh my god, I'm so offended you're caroling. You know how cold that shit is, and she's standing with a thin shirt on.
And the door open, letting all that cold in. He was creepy. He really, really was creepy.
The voice just made it.
The one eye, y'all.
The one eye is the only thing we see.
Yeah. Yeah. You weren't dreaming that, sister. Not dreaming that at all. I guess she probably realized it at that point.
At that point.
Too late.
Too late.
Mm-hmm.
She must have been heavy asleep.
I get. Well, she had taken that cold medicine, so it probably knocked her out. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm sorry, but for the amount of bad noises we've heard in the middle of the night, always wake me up. I have to hear something. I'm gonna wake up and see if anybody's having a seizure.
Merry Christmas.
Why are you standing there staring?
Your phone's ringing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. Good night. Certainly. Good night.
Testing.
Bill Graham. Trace call coming in on front 9.
Hello?
Creepy noises.
Hello? Who's there?
That would be crazy having to go through all that to try to find out, to like manually trace where the phone call's coming from.
It's like having a wart removed.
Oh my God.
Well, they heard her and Peter's conversation.
Sure did, because that's what he was equivalating that abortion to. You talk about it like you're having a wart removed.
Which, that's how she's making it sound.
Mm-hmm.
And we know, us personally as watchers, we know he's in the house. So,
exactly.
So we know he heard that conversation.
Jess, we didn't get him. Look, there wasn't enough time. You'll have to keep him on the line longer.
I see.
When you said, oh my God, did you recognize something?
No. I guess it was just kind of getting to me.
I mean, don't you think somebody with crazy noises would worry people?
When he called before, did he use more than one voice like
yes,
this?
even animal voices.
Yes, he did. He used several different voices.
I meant to ask you tonight, who was the guy that was leaving when I arrived at your house?
My boyfriend, Peter.
Were you having a fight?
If you think it was Peter, then why didn't you just tell the police? Well, because I'm not really sure.
Well, it should be stopped. Whoever it is should be stopped. God, Jess, I haven't had a minute's sleep around here. There's been so much noise in the house. What the hell is all
So she did hear Barb.
She heard something, but you think she'd have heard the screaming and been like, I heard so much noise. I heard somebody screaming. She missed that part.
Word for word what Peter said to me tonight. Couldn't it just be a coincidence? Oh, God, Phil, I don't know.
Why would it worry you? You don't want Peter in your life anyway.
No, but I guess she thinks maybe Peter's the killer.
I don't think it could be Peter.
Well, she actually doesn't want it to be
Much, but I don't think he's that sick.
I can't believe Peter would do this. He's so gentle most of the time.
Yeah, until
God,
somebody
Phil,
comes
you know
up and
what I mean?
says, oh, hey, I'm pregnant with your baby and I don't want it.
Are you sure that cop's still out there? Yeah, he's there.
Well, that's not always the case nowadays.
Mm-mm.
Hello?
Jess?
Yes?
God, please help me.
Oh, Peter.
Oh, look, Peter, don't cry.
And the thing is, if
We
you
can
were
straighten
thinking it
things
was
out.
Peter, he
There's
doesn't
nothing
sound
to
like
be
that
upset
guy at
about.
all.
Exactly.
Because we did hear his normal voice. Doesn't sound like Peter.
No.
Yeah. It's Bill Graham. You want me to trace that one?
Well, yeah, of course.
Right.
Jess, we can't kill David. Can't kill the baby.
Dude, why are you just walking?
Peter, where are you?
Well, I guess it's because it wasn't the same thing, but...
You know how I feel about the baby.
Don't do this.
Jess, don't hurt the baby.
Well, he's not doing anything. He's begging you to not kill the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, please tell me where you are.
What are you gonna do? You're just gonna rub it in more. Wasn't long enough.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the calls just aren't long enough. Right.
How long does it need to be? 10 minutes?
I think it has to be... Well, at least by what movies used to say. They used to act like it had to be, a couple of minutes, but I don't know.
You want to tell me what that's all about?
You listened to that?
Of course they did. They're trying to track down this person.
About killing the baby.
Jess, it's important that you tell me.
I'm pregnant. I told him I didn't want to have the baby.
When did you tell him this?
Today.
Just today?
And he's been a mess since.
Yes.
Yep.
We can't kill the baby. That's a strange way of putting it.
Because that's exactly what it is.
It's not a strange way of putting it.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Erotic, maybe?
No. No more than love.
They try to say abortion as a lighter term, but it's still...
Yeah, it's to mask what you're actually doing.
You're still killing a baby, so...
Yeah.
Now, I don't want it to be Peter, but if it is, he needs help. Do you know what I mean?
Well, he needs help now because literally he's been crushed multiple times today.
Think back.
Mm-hmm.
Peter with you
She's not really being helpful. But he doesn't sound like the moaner.
Yeah, no, he doesn't at all.
When the first call came, that's right. It couldn't be Peter. Phil, it couldn't be Peter.
Phil.
See, the thing is, if he was the person, why is he calling for weeks at a time with these noises and suddenly calling up being himself?
Exactly.
But when he gets like this, he usually goes down to the recital hall at the music conservatory and plays.
Well, he ain't gonna be doing that now. He tore up the piano.
Which is probably $2,000 or $4,000.
You're not giving us enough time to get a trace.
I'm trying. You know, it really upsets me.
Right, of course. Look, you're doing fine. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Thank God.
See, why did
I knew it couldn't have been Peter.
she's so relieved it wasn't Peter?
Well, I guess it would be disturbing to think that your boyfriend was a murderer, I
Covered the
suppose.
entire campus area. We're working our way toward the lake now. Where
She
do we
was
go
that
from there?
like, you know,
Start them out on the south end of town. and have them work
she
their way
really
through
made me
town from house to
confused.
house.
Kind of letting the warm air out.
Exactly. We're heating the neighborhood.
No, seriously, do you realize this is the only door and window in this whole house that's locked?
Nash, get the dean of admissions on the phone. Tell him I want all records on a Peter Smythe.
She's having her
Music
face
student.
again.
And have a car meet me out front.
Crazy ass cat.
Honey. You finally get to see her face. She's always a white spot down at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Barb, are you awake?
Do you not see the blood? By now it is, but
We don't know. We've never had a piano, okay, so don't come for us.
I wanted one, but those things are too expensive. I'd probably get like a table keyboard.
Phil? Are you there?
Feels kind of dead.
Phil?
Feels kind of dead. La, Lexi's she's just gonna break it in there for you.
And it's got another phone. Apparently it's the phone from Barb's room.
No, because the only separate line was in Mrs. Mack's room.
Oh, yeah. That's where you make the phone calls.
No.
So he leaves the attic.
You fat pig. You pig. You bitch pig.
No, really, no.
Where's the baby?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I know what you did, Billy, and then you fat pig. You really don't know who's abusive.
You really don't.
I mean, he sounds crazy, but he also makes out his mama's abusive.
No,
But he's also showing how disturbed he was.
I just think he just... Okay, he made sure he's got the right call, I think.
Thank God, Sprint dude.
Yeah, so you're sort of kind of getting it. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say he had to be a mental patient. But, you know, I guess we should have been thrown in the mix somehow and said an escaped mental patient.
I'm getting the name Agnes.
Agnes was the sister.
The little sister.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah, Nash, what is it?
A phone company's on the other line, sir. They say they got a trace on this one.
Yeah, let's have it.
He says the calls are coming from number 6 Belmont Street.
For Christ's sakes, Nash, you got it wrong. That's where the calls are going in.
That's where they come
That's
from.
where they're coming from, too, sir.
Yeah, Miss Mac had a separate line.
I think you've kind of put the pieces together. You might need to call.
Jennings? Jennings?
See, he did get out.
Jennings?
Yeah, he didn't.
Jennings?
Lost. He soon killed the cop that was outside.
So he could have gotten that girl because he goes out.
Nash!
Yes, sir.
Look, I can't get through to Jennings. I want you to call that girl. Nash,
I think you need to know that your
don't tell her that
boy
the guy's
Jennings is
in the
dead.
house. Just tell her to put down the phone and walk straight out the front door. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
You know women don't follow the rules.
Oh, yeah.
You know they don't follow the rules.
Phil, where are you?
Especially when they're in horror movies.
Please answer me.
I think if she was alive, she'd have answered.
Well, I mean, didn't she say she was going up to go to bed? She's probably asleep. Why are you hollering up the stairs at her?
I think she said she was going to go check on Barb. I mean, because Phil was wide awake.
Hello?
Who is this?
There's Nash.
Miss Bradford, this is
Mrs.
Sergeant
Bradford.
Nash. Are you the only one in the house?
No. Phil and Bob are upstairs asleep. Why?
All right. Now, I want you to do exactly what I tell you without asking any questions.
Without asking
okay?
any questions, okay?
No questions.
You're talking to a woman.
Now, just put the phone back on the hook, walk to the front door,
And leave the
house.
What's wrong?
Please, Miss Bradford.
If a cop tells you to leave,
just do it.
Just do it. There's a reason they're telling you to leave.
Yes. The caller is in the house. The calls are coming from the house.
That's what happens when you don't follow directions. Now, leave. And she's gonna go up there.
Yep.
Now, why are you standing there? Why don't you leave? Ain't that more reason to leave?
You think.
Miss Bradford.
Oh, now she said not.
He really has. And his boss is going to kill him.
But I mean, she should have listened to directions.
Mm-hmm. Barb's been gone for a while.
Please answer me.
Yeah, she's probably already decaying half the way.
Rigor mortis has done set in for Barb.
Tracy. Leave. Leave. You know, I wish there was horror movies where they actually had people who had some sanity in them.
Me too, Chickaboo.
I'm so tired of this voodoo. I'm so tired of it already.
Barb's wreath with all the little alcohol bottles in there.
That's why she don't have any cigarette butts on it.
Alright, y'all. This is the part I'm talking about. The eye in the door.
They set him up real pretty. And why aren't you running?
Knowing he's in the house. He's in the house.
It's me, Billy. Agnes, don't you tell what we did, Agnes.
Yeah, you should have been running a long time ago.
Sure should have been.
Okay, you unlock the door, you get the chain, and you pull it this way, you unlock it.
Here's where it starts to get a little hokey, guys, and then it sort of kind of makes you question yourself a little bit. Oh yeah, he done lost his
caboozles.
Yeah, he's lost his marbles. He's done went like absolutely out.
It'd been worse if he had tunnels in the walls. You know, no, all them older houses were built different.
Yes.
be a nice basement for all of our decorations.
Right?
'Cause we got loads of them. We actually have room to put them in designated sections per season.
Exactly.
Now, I know it's not Peter. For one, I already said he didn't sound like him on the phone. Two, he's wearing a green sweater. I saw Moner wearing a black sweater.
But it is hokey how he was in the house, then she hears him leaving, and now he's outside trying to get in. And last time he talked to her, he was, inconsolable. So it makes him look like he's the guilty party. I mean, it really does.
I think intentionally they were trying to, but...
Obviously, they're trying to throw us off. Obviously.
And also the dude had brown hair and he had dirty blonde.
Yeah, and the eyes were definitely different, too. That dude looked like he had a red eye.
Yeah, he had a red eye.
I mean, that was like an evil eye.
Jess, is that you?
Yeah, Peter had like blue eyes and the other guy had like maybe gray eyes.
Jess?
Mm-hmm.
Are you in there?
And like a little bit of red in there, too. I guess showing how evil he was.
I guess.
Jess?
Who knows, he could have been knocking for God knows how long.
It could have been. Wandering around outside with just his sweater on, which is really weird.
Jess? Why didn't you answer me?
He's got to be bipolar.
Jess, you had me worried. What are you doing down here?
He had to have been bipolar. I mean, you should think about it, he lost his marbles that day.
Oh, yeah.
But there's dead cop. Run.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be able to hear her scream out there.
Well, he did break the window in the basement, so...
Unless the basement window he broke was facing the front door, there's no way you'd be able to hear her.
North front of the house or something, most definitely.
Harry, your breath is stinky. Your breath is stinky. Poor Peter.
Losh, she's passed out. She done killed Peter, who's innocent in all this.
She's under. How long do you think it'll be before I can talk?
Alright, are you not gonna look through the house?
Well, she'll be out for at least 4 hours and pretty groggy after that. What time do her parents get here?
A couple of hours. They're driving down from Unionville.
I think y'all need to search the house instead of sitting there.
But the condition she's in,
I mean, even though you would assume it's Peter, why don't you check?
Has anybody notified Patrick Cornell?
Who?
Phil's boyfriend. It's okay, I'll do it.
Lieutenant, I think we're going to have to take these bodies to the morgue in Lincolnville. The hospital doesn't have facilities to handle this many at one time.
All right, tell the coroner they have to get started
That's
on the
crazy.
autopsies right
That was really only, what,
Then notify the parents.
3 bodies? Is that right? No, 4, because the cop, if you think about the cop.
Guys will be here in about an hour.
And one of them was killed by Jess.
Yeah, I was counting Peter.
But the other 3 were killed by the Mona.
The Mona.
Like I said, why aren't y'all checking the house just to be sure? It could have been a collaboration of 2 people. You never know.
All right, you guys. Come on. Hang on.
Then again, it seemed like that police station was a little lax.
down, please. We've got a sick girl in here.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave her here, even though she's had a tragic day.
Laws, and now the dad's done passed out. They ain't found his kid yet.
Yeah, he's having a heart attack, I think.
His exhaustion, probably.
You get him downstairs. He's got to go to the hospital. You should be all right, Mr. Harrison.
That was such a good boyfriend, still taking care of his girlfriend's dad.
Mm-hmm.
See, we need boyfriends like that. No, we don't.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Not as much anymore. I know they still exist somewhere, but...
Jesus, what's the matter with this guy?
Suffering from shock. You have to get him to
He's
the
in
hospital.
shock.
Can you get us a car, Nash?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, McCloskey. Go ahead with the
Yeah, we're just gonna leave here. Leave her here.
Let's just flip the lights out.
No supervision.
We're all gonna pour out of here. Investigation isn't complete. You know, not gonna search the home.
I mean, that's really why when there's crimes that happen in certain areas, now police search everything.
Oh, I would imagine so.
Because you don't know if it was conspired by one or a few people. Oh, and the attic is still open. See, another bugger ain't dead.
Mm-hmm.
See, she's been stabbed several times.
Yeah, they didn't find all the bodies.
There's the
house mom
and Claire. And Claire's just sitting in the window of the attic.
Exactly, which is really, really strange because, you know, people... It's the front of the house, y'all.
You can see her.
Yeah, you can see her from the front of the house. Okay? Serious.
And really, they just left you at a cliffhanger because Peter was innocent. This guy's still up there.
I know. And see, that's the thing is we never did even know who this dude was at all.
They didn't say he was a criminal. They didn't say he was an escapee from an asylum.
No,
nothing.
They never said anything. I mean, they didn't answer this question. So it could have been one of those stories where back in school there used to be a story, and I can't remember how the story went, but you have 3 doors to choose from, and depending upon which door you chose, that was the ending you got. I'm okay sort of kind of with making my ending sometimes.
I think you told me the movie that did that was Clue.
No, this was something back from when I was in school. It was just a story about a princess or a king or something, and they have to choose, behind these doors. And, sometimes it's okay to have a story like that where you can come up with your own ending. I like closure. I have questions. I want to know who this guy was, okay? I want to know where he came from. We got a little bit of his history,
with his phone calls.
Right, we talked through it a little bit, but yeah, obviously he was mentally ill. He obviously was Billy because he kept talking about, he was like talking in the voice of, I guess, his parents.
His mom.
Saying, what did you do with your sister? Agnes was a sister. He must have been Billy. What'd you do to your sister? Where's your sister? Or whatever, So we sort of kind of getting some of that, but... Why did he end up at this house? I mean, does this house have some kind of significance?
Or did he, live near there? Is there a specific target? Is the reason why he came there? I mean, there's so many questions they left open that they never answered.
Right. So, see, that's the thing is I like to have all the T's crossed and all the I's dotted. You can leave a little room for interpretation, but sometimes you need to flat out answer my question. So, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed Black Christmas. As we said before, we're trying to do something different with the video to see if we can figure our way past a lot of the copyright issues that we have, where we can get the movies out to you guys faster. If you hadn't done it already, guys, please subscribe. Don't forget to share our videos with your friends and family, and try to remember to give us a thumbs up. That would really be appreciated. All comments are welcome. I always try to respond to those on a weekly basis. I am running a little bit behind. I'm going to get to those, but try not to attack us as personally or anything like that, because this really is a lot of times just our opinions, and
everybody has a right.
And everybody has a right to their opinion. As I used to hear a long time ago, opinions are like bungholes. We all have one. So anyway, until our next video, peace.